Thank y'all for tuning in to Politics, Religion, and Whiskey, the Josh Terry podcast, brought to you by Raisin Grace Studios. Want to give a big shout out to Nobles Networking, Williams Tire, Par, Hopper, our official golf apparel sponsor. Thank you, Jay Piper, for all that you do, graphic design and everything else for us. Also, Red Circle, our management company, all the corporate sponsors, the big boys that you got associated with the show. Thank y'all. I don't know how they haven't dropped all my contracts yet from the shit I say, but thank y'all. Apparently they don't care what you say as long as you get a lot of downloads. 5 years ago, first thing that I ever got to do as far as people knowing who Bearded Bastard was, I got the privilege of doing a show with this guy that I'm about to introduce y'all to. And I don't really need to introduce him. Y'all know who the hell he is already, but it's just tickled me how much me and him have grown in the past 5 years. And I was a fan before. I'm a fan now. Everybody give a big hell yeah to Mr. Catfish Cooley.
What the hell are y'all doing, fuckers? Good to be on here, brother. Thank you for having me.
Man, this is one of those surreal moments for me. I mean, we've met before, but it's like coming full circle. Like,
oh, hell yeah, brother.
Thanks to realize like I used to just the shit we used to do. And and now it's like, oh man, we're getting to do our own shit and doing it the way we want to. And I'm just happy as hell for you, man.
I'm proud of you too, brother. And I know exactly what you're talking about. You see so many people just kind of have a little bit of, rise, and you think that they're going to be around, and then something happens and they just fall off. So damn proud to see you here. Damn proud to see your podcast doing good, brother.
Thank you, man. Well, I think with people like me and you, we're not one trick ponies. There's a whole lot of people on social media. They can do one thing real well, but
most definitely
when that fizzles out, they don't know the next thing to go to. Me and you have adapted.
Oh yeah, the wonderful thing about us is I know myself for sure. I'm pretty good at a whole lot of shit, but I'm not great at anything.
I don't know,
and I'm okay with that.
You're great at making people laugh, but you found 100,000 different ways to make people laugh.
Most definitely, brother. And that's social media is a constantly changing machine, man. And if you don't learn how to play the game and adapt with it, you'll fall out for sure. So you're constantly having to watch, the videos, how they're filmed, how they, like now, whenever you do like Facebook videos, used to, I could just do like a big long intro and people would play into it. Now, like as soon as you start a video, you gotta have shit fucking popping, man, right off the bat, or people lose interest and they'll forget about you,
That attention span goes out the window.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm the same way, it's not just them, it's me too,
Yeah. No, well, dude, you've like I said, you've done so much shit. Like I've seen you were on Tosh, right?
In 2017, brother.
Let me tell you, that guy to me is one of the funniest people alive. I love his sense of humor. And when I got to see somebody that I had met before and been around on his show, tickled the shit out of me, man.
Oh, dude. And I loved getting to meet him. He was exactly how you would want him to be.
Really?
Oh yeah. You're always scared to meet somebody that you're, really into.
Yeah.
But man, he was the coolest fucking guy. He was down to earth. He was awesome. And whenever me and the wife got there, he told me right off the bat, he was like, look, man, he was like, I got to roast you. That's what this show is. He's like, but I'm going to take it easy on you. He said, because one day you're going to be somebody. He's like, keep doing what you're doing. He's like, I know you're going to do it. I was like, man, that was cool. And it gave me fucking more confidence than he ever could have imagined he did. Well, I'd like to link up with him one day and, repay him the thanks for that,
Well, I'll tell you something that you just said. I have to tell people, and I didn't tell you before you got on the show, but it's because you're a professional. You know how this shit goes.
Oh, yeah.
Is that roasting aspect or being able to have banter back and forth, talk shit to each other back and forth? It is so important, and you have to be able to do it with people who do not get butt hurt, who realize that it's part of entertaining people. I don't care what the fuck you say about me because I'm cool with it. But I also know that if you say something talking shit to me, it's coming from a very good place, a positive place. It's not two people picking on one another. It's it's two boys hanging out that's talking trash.
Oh yeah. That's whenever people meet me, in real life, they're like, holy fuck, You know, you're not just this wild, crazy guy drinking whiskey and eating hot peppers and shit all the time. I'm like, nah, you know, like I am that guy 110%, but you can't be turned up to 10 all the fucking time. Man.
Thank you. You can't. There's people. You're way nicer of a guy than I am. I come off like an asshole a lot, and I'm fine with coming off like an asshole because
hey, you gotta own it, baby.
I put when I'm doing my job, I put everything that I have into it all the time. And I know that you've had to be around this.
More so than other people know.
Yeah. Like you're always working. Like it does not matter what time of day, bed, or just getting up. You're working in your head trying to figure out the next thing to improve, to get better.
Oh, yeah.
And when I turn that off and that dial ain't turned up to 10, and like you come up and expecting me to just be the funniest guy. Now I'll have a conversation. I'll shake your hand. I'll be your buddy. But I cannot, like, there's been times that people have walked away and like, he's not that funny. He's kind of an asshole. Yeah. And it's like,
I love when people, like there'll be a crowd of people taking pictures with me in Walmart or the gas station or wherever. And there's always that one guy and he's like, you know, who is this? And you're like, he's a comedian. It never fails. They always say, well, tell me a joke, you know? And I have one go-to joke. I always do. And I'm going to see if you know it. What happened to the man that couldn't come?
Tell everybody.
They had to go get that motherfucker. It's the corniest joke I've ever heard. So that's always my go-to. But it tickles me, you know, being an entertainer or comedian, you know, if you met somebody that was a roofer, you wouldn't be like, hey, go change them fucking shingles on that house. So I can see if you're worth the fuck or not, you know?
See, with me, I've got kind of the same thing, but it's a little darker than yours. But so like a huge part of my fan base is African Americans, and I love them. I always say all the time how I'm invited to the barbecue. I wear Jordans. I dress the way I want to. I wear a lot of throwback jerseys and shit. And they
look good.
They eat me up though because they're like that honky son of a bitch. Like, but he's part of like
that motherfucker's dressed up looking good, son.
Well, I grew up playing football, and some of my best friends in this world and some of the best lessons I've learned had come from people that was not Caucasian skin color. So I relate to them. But it's always black folk when I go to like the bars or whatever. They'll come up and they'll same thing. See me talking to some people like, who the fuck are you? I'll tell them this. I was like, hey, look, because I go to a lot of rap bars, and I'm like, hey, you know what, dude? I'm 1/8 African American. I can say whatever I want to. And they're like 1/8. They automatically think you're talking about your undercarriage. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, nah, bro, my credit score. And as soon as I say soon as I say them, that laugh that black folks do, that you know that they are having the time of their life. I've never had anybody took it the wrong way. Never.
Oh no.
And they love it. But that's what I always do.
You feed off of positive energy. You can say you're an asshole or whatever, but you're just a fucking ball of positivity, and people see that, brother.
Yeah, there's only a few people that I've met off of social media, and I'm not going to say any of their names, that they put one thing out into the world on social media, but then you get around them and they're fucking miserable. They're just mad at life. They're miserable. And I don't want to be that guy.
Oh yeah. And you know, I felt like in a way I was getting to be that guy in my own sense with drinking. And dude, I drank hard for 15 fucking years. I started drinking, like real drinking, when I was 15 years old. And I drank plumb up till actually the 14th of this month. Made 1 year I've been sober.
Congratulations.
But, dude, you feel like you have to do, thank you, brother, but you feel like you have to do what people think that you have to do.
Yep.
And you forget that it's okay to be a real motherfucker and live life the way you want to, you know?
Well, I learned like right before I went into radio that what you just said is just so important. I still drink, but I was like overdoing it because I thought when I would go somewhere, that's what people wanted to see me. They wanted to see me take 15 damn Jaeger bombs. And
you know how many fucking beers I've chugged in Walmart with random people?
Yeah, like it's crazy. But I figured out something, and it was people started following me for being an individual. And the second I started taking their opinion too much, like into what I was doing, then I was being who they wanted me to be, and that wasn't the
Most
person they started
definitely.
following me for. So I had to like retrain myself a
I
little
feel
bit.
you on that, man. I've got where, I'll get on social media, I'll respond back, I'll post my stuff, I'll, look at some comments but as far as just watching for hours and hours, like I felt like I used to have to do to stay relevant, stay all this shit, I quit. And whenever you quit watching what everybody else is doing, you remember how you got into this shit, why you got into this shit, your own individuality, and you get to become you again. And this last 3 months of my life has been nothing but that, brother.
Man,
and I feel like I'm finally on track to where I need to be at.
well, I'm proud of you, dude.
Thank you, brother.
I know one thing that Joe Rogan is like GOAT to me. Joe
Most
Rogan
definitely
is like, I bought microphones that he used. I bought swing arms he used. Everything that Joe put out there.
Joe Rogan, if you'll let us come on your podcast, I'm pretty sure you got 2 blowjobs waiting for you, brother.
I say all the time, I don't do coke, but I will snort a line off his dick if he lets me.
You damn right, son.
I will hit a bump.
I've never
all
done
day.
it. I've never done it neither, but I'll do an 8-ball off Joe Rogan's nutsack right now.
It's just my thing with him is he's got the ability to be funny. He's got the ability to be intelligent, sincere. That's what I go through with like
what I respect about him the very most is the greatest quality I possess now. And I didn't always used to be this way. But whenever I went through my first divorce, my Uncle James gave me the best piece of advice he ever gave me. He asked me, I was stuck living in Southeast Texas in a camper. I'd lost my house. I was originally from Louisiana. And he asked me, he said, when you moving back home? And I was like, as soon as I get enough money. And he was like, why? And I'm like, that's where I'm from. He was like, Picton, Louisiana is a good place to be from, son. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's a good place to be from. He's like, stay in Texas, start over. He said, take everything your mom and dad taught you. Take everything you think you know about politics. Take everything you think you know about religion. He said, wad it up in a ball, wipe your fucking ass with it, throw it in the trash. Study the shit yourself, figure out who the fuck you are, and come up with your own opinions in life.
Absolutely.
And dude, that is whenever Catfish Cooley was created, and it has opened up so many fucking doors for me, man.
I'm the same way, man. I had to go. I grew up South Baptist or Southern Baptist, and there's a whole lot of things that I didn't agree with. And but I thought like, oh, I can't go against the grain with this, or even like political. I'm a conservative, but I've got a lot of liberal tendencies. There's a lot. There's a lot of things that I'm all about people just being happy. I want people to just be happy. As long as your happiness doesn't ruin my life, then I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you're gonna do.
We say that, and you and I truly mean it. You know how many people get fucking mad just because they see somebody else is happy?
Yeah.
Like it's mind blowing. Like they're pissed off at you because you can do what you want to do and live outside of the fucking bubble of the realm of the, normal life,
Well, normality. Me and you don't live in normality to what everybody else thinks is normal. This is normal for us.
We have people in our own families, I know you do too, that legit get fucking mad that we don't got to wake up and go to a plant every morning,
bro.
Or wake up and go out to the logging woods every morning. I'm like, motherfucker, I did that almost 10 goddamn years. I stayed with the same company.
My granddaddy and my uncle are two of my favorite people alive. My granddaddy is my hero, all the stuff he's done. But he does not to this day understand what I do, why I do it, how I'm getting a paycheck. He don't get it. Like there's been times he's like, hey, why don't you come down here and work for the county with me? No. Well, I don't have to.
They can't fathom what the fuck we're doing. It's like a real career path,
I mean,
and I think if more people would open up, their minds that you don't have to graduate school and go straight to college, and I'm not saying don't do that for any means, but you don't have to do the normal shit,
Well, the people that are doing the normal shit though is what you see now that are just we were not created by God, or if you don't believe in God, the universe. We were not created to work a 9-to-5 job and just pay bills. That is not what life is about. It is about finding happiness. It's about making other people happy. It's about accomplishing tiny goals constantly. Yeah, exactly.
I don't give a fuck if I have to go sit down with my 5-year-old daughter and color a coloring page out of a coloring book every day, I have to accomplish one thing every day in order to feel like I'm progressing.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
and
you don't ever want to fall back into the rut you were before what you are now. That is
never get comfortable.
that is the scariest thing to me. I don't know about you. The scariest thing to me in the past 5 years, and why I have pushed myself so hard, is because I don't want to go back to working drywall. I don't want to go back to working for my daddy.
Hey, I did a bunch of sheetrock too. My dad did sheetrock. No shit.
Yeah, that's
how fucking cool, brother.
Yeah,
awesome.
My dad. Yeah, I don't want to go back. If you've done it, then you know how fucking shitty. Now, the people do it, the people that do it, and you build these beautiful homes, you are a hardworking son of a bitch, and you probably don't get the credit you deserve. But hanging sheetrock is a bitch.
It's a motherfucker, son. It's goddamn hard work in it now.
The worst part about it is sanding.
Oh yeah, stomping and dragging.
I don't want no part of it, man. I'll tell you one thing about, and I knew that like me and you were going to have a good conversation here, but I told you on the phone, but I want everybody else to know it. You are one of the few people that every time your name is brought up and anybody that we have a mutual friend with that I've done a show with, no one has ever said a bad word about. Nobody has done nothing but compliment you brother. To the fucking moon and back, dude.
I appreciate that. And I think it goes both ways. I hate drama more than anybody could ever imagine in this world. I do not put up with it anyway. And I don't try to do anything to get myself involved in it, you know?
Well, you shouldn't. I mean, but you've never, like, the stuff that you post, there's not really a whole lot of controversial. I like the fact you and Ginger Billy, that's my fucking guy. Like, that's my boy now. I like that. He raved about you.
That is my brother from another mother.
I'm going to do my damnedest. I'm telling you up front. So if you talk about it, you put it out in the world, and maybe it happens, right? September the 10th is my birthday. I want to have you two on for Zoom call, or I'll pay for you flights, whatever, out here to the studio. Like,
I guarantee you,
that's what
he would be down as well.
That's what I want. 3 gingers talking the most shit.
Hell yeah.
That's what I want. That's what I want. The 1-year anniversary of the show to be.
That would be badass. And dude, the fact about Ginger, he's such a sweet guy. He's a humble guy. He's fucking smart. He's comical, but he's one of the most considerate, caring motherfuckers on the face of this earth. And what a lot of people don't realize about him is he's fucking smart.
Yeah. You know, you can tell. With people like us, you have to, I don't want to say downplay your intelligence, but your intelligence shines through if you know what you're looking for.
Oh yeah.
Because like I can go look at your videos, or I can look at Billy's videos, and I'm like, I know exactly how he did this. I know exactly why he did this. He is so damn smart. He knows what he's doing. And like, people just don't realize that.
Like, once you do this long enough, you know what you say or do, you know how people's going to react before it's ever even posted, you know?
Yeah. The only thing that I don't get is like the TikTok algorithms and stuff, and the way that some things blow up and some things don't. And I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I have a TikTok. I think I got 5 or 6 videos on there, and everybody keeps hammering me. They're like, dude, you got to do TikTok. You got to do TikTok. I'm like, motherfucker, I feel like I'm still figuring Facebook out alone, you know?
I will tell you this. That is where the money's at.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing is like people, but you know what it's like when that Facebook blew up. That's when folks with the longer videos blew up, and then Snapchat came around. Snapchat was the thing then. And people that did certain things on Snapchat blew up. Well, the same thing with TikTok. Except, I'm not doing those stupid fucking dances.
If I show up for your birthday, we'll all 3 have to do one together, fucker.
Well, good God. That'll be the worst, whitest shit ever. Good God. But you know what? We 3 of us do a parody of Magic Mike.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man. There's not a woman in this world that's not going to be turned off.
Oh, God. Yeah, turned off, huh? Yeah, the only way they get wet is if you throw water on them.
No shit. Goodness gracious.
I don't know. Ginger's going to be there. He can pull us through it.
He's just built.
He's sexy as fuck.
I fucking hate him. Like, no Ginger is supposed to fucking look like that.
Oh, and dude, what's even worse? You'll talk to him like, "Hey, I'm headed to the gym." He'd be like, "Man, I've been busy. I ain't got to go to the gym in 3 months." I'm like, "You motherfucker!"
It's like, where did those traps come from, my guy? Like,
Oh yeah,
there's no way he's eating that clean. He's working out. He just ain't gonna tell nobody. He wants that to be the natural
motherfucker.
ginger body,
He can eat whatever he wants and still look good. He is a beast, man.
dude. How tall is he?
I'm right at 5'10". I don't know. He's probably about 5'8", 5'9". He's close to my height.
All of us. See, we're all the same size. I'm five.
No
I'm five.
shit.
I'm 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, I'm right in between 5'9" and a half, 5'10". I always say 5'10" because it makes me feel better.
Well, I piss women off at the bar all the time because I wear nothing but cowboy boots and blue jeans, my Wranglers when I go out, and I come single man, try to have some fun. But go out, take them cowboy boots off, and they get back to the house, and they're like, "Where the fuck's some other 3 inches at?" And
I went home with a fucking hobbit.
Yeah, there you go. I'm like, look, if you're complaining about the inches I've already lost when I took my boots off, you're really fixing to be pissed in a few minutes. What you thought
that ain't no joke, by God. Hey, I'd rather giggle them to death than choke them to death, by God.
You ain't, dude. I don't have an option. I've got to giggle them to death.
Hey, we got personalities and we eat pussy better than anybody, so it comes with its own gifts, don't it?
I'm the Jeffrey Dahmer of crotch eating. I am, yeah. But dude, I want to, like, I've got to plan something, whether it's my birthday or whatever. I've got to plan something for folks like us to get together. Like,
dude, I think it'd be cool. People get a kick out of it for sure now.
Well, I don't want, like, I haven't ever done the stand-up comedy. You and Billy kill it. I think, like, me just MCing and booking both of y'all to come do stand-up. You're getting into music. Billy, we could put together something really, really cool. There's like these groups going down. I don't know if you see them now, and I've had them on my show, and I think it's cool what they're doing, but I really don't get it at the same time. It's where, like, they're going and they're doing stand-up, they're dancing. It's all the stuff from TikTok and everything, right? And the guys that are doing it, they're selling out bars.
Wow.
But I just don't understand it. Like the dancing, they're funny. I've had, like I said, I'm not knocking none of y'all because I know y'all listen to this damn show.
So they're like going to bars and they're doing the dances and stuff, like at the bars.
Yeah, and like they're doing
good for them, by God. I'm telling you, we live in a wonderful time, and it kills me. People talking about, I wish things is like it used to be, or blah blah blah. I'm like, you don't realize we're living at the greatest fucking time of humanity ever. If you wanted to be a professional fork juggler, if you got good at juggling forks, record that shit, make a YouTube channel. You'll get fucking paid to juggle forks on the internet, man.
I agree and disagree with you. I hate how soft people are, and they're not.
They've always been that way, brother.
They just, I guess now they got more of an outlet for it, though.
The only way for the human brain to cope with life and keep fucking moving forward, whenever we do, you look back on life, our brain physically fucking makes us forget the bad times.
Yeah.
And we remember the good times. So you'll think and you're like, oh man, my first wife left me. In my mind, I'm like, what's the matter? We had a perfect marriage and I can't understand where it went wrong and stuff. And then when you sat down and really think, you're like, man, we never fucking got along. Why did we get married in the first place? Thank God for the kids we had together, but we knew that shit wasn't going to work,
I know, you're right. You're right. And
I'm telling you.
But with the way everything is now, man, it's where people, like you said, you have a way to put what you're passionate out into the world now, like never ever before. And you can get notoriety for literally the dumbest shit.
Most definitely. And I'll tell you, if people would really use the social media for the way it was truly intended, you wouldn't get on there and see shit that you didn't like. It wouldn't piss you off. People are so happy to be pissed off now that they don't even know that they are. They'll scroll right past the feed that they like. They'll scroll right past the video that makes them laugh. They'll scroll right past something that moves them and make them happy. And they'll see one comment or one post that pisses them off. They're going to put a mad face on it. They're going to type in it and tell somebody they're a stupid motherfucker. So you do that, as well as I do. All this shit works off an algorithm.
Yeah.
So instead of them seeing stuff that makes them happy, they're seeing the shit that they're commenting on that pisses them off. So you do that for 2 or 3 months. You ain't going to be nothing but pissed off all the time, but you're going to be happy about being pissed off.
You know what I did? I stopped reading comments and I stopped
Oh,
posting on people.
they'll fuck you up, won't they?
Yeah, I stopped. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's like, first off, me and you both, we're not the fucking prize pig at the county fair. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
hell no.
We're not fucking first, second, third place. We might not even get a fucking medal, but we're confident in ourselves. So the stuff that we post for us, and we post for
Oh,
the
yeah.
people that like us and want to hear from us.
Yes, sir.
I stopped looking at the good stuff, and what you just said, I was reading those 2 or 3 bad comments and not the fucking 100 good ones.
Dude, it bothers you bad when you
Yeah.
do that.
And then I was like, you know what? I don't know these people. I don't know their issue. I don't know if they're just having a bad day. I don't know if they've had a bad life. But it really shouldn't affect me. Like, what?
Yeah.
I had to leave that shit alone. I backed off of it. You know what I did in the election last year? That's when I backed off of it. I quit.
Oh,
I quit.
Yes.
I quit reading stuff in about January around Inauguration Day because I was like, you know what? This is never ever. I just can't handle it no more. Like, I cannot handle the ignorance and stupidity of people and how they want to bring each other down when we ought to be lifting each other up.
Dude, you can go through in them comments when people's talking shit to you 99% of the time. I'll do it a lot. Like, they'll be like, you fucking suck now. Your career is over. Go die, you loser. I'll comment. I'm like, love you too, fucker. Hope you have a good day. And they'll message like personally, and they'll be like, holy fucking shit, dude. I didn't think you was going to reply. You're awesome. Like,
yeah,
they know that that's going to get a reaction out of them.
And I don't want to give it to them.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole. I don't want to. If you don't have anything nice to say, the only thing that I will look and try to pay attention to, the people that help me with social media and everything, is I'm big on mental health awareness because I've survived a suicide attempt and everything when I was younger. And if anybody ever sends me a message talking about how we've had somebody on the show, or just my story or whatever has helped them, I will do my best to reach out and talk to them. But but anything else, I kind of just leave it alone for good or bad.
Oh, hell yeah. And it's cool to be able to do stuff to help people get through that too, you know? Like me and you was talking about earlier, we both created our characters out of necessity. We fucking had to do something to pull our own selves through shit. And I know me, whenever I made other people happy, in turn, it made myself happy. And I'm a very big people person. I'm a people pleaser. I love to, make people feel good. And at the end of the day, if I can make one person watch my video and be like, I'm happy to be my fucking self, that's all I want people to get out of my videos. Be proud to be you and do what you want. And who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it no fucking better. I mean, that's exactly it. Is Catfish Cooley came because you were heartbroken. Bearded Bastard came because I was heartbroken. But it was also like I'm forever grateful for Bearded Bastard. Because it was the outlet that I needed to heal myself.
And what did you try to take your own life over? Was it a bad divorce or breakup?
No. Growing up, I had depression and anxiety, never knew it. I always used to struggle, even though I was a very good athlete growing up, and a whole lot of other stuff. There was something always off with me. There was something that I just could never figure out. I'd walk into a room full of people and I would think, like in high school, everybody in here is bad mouthing me. They're all talking about me. And in reality, none of them gave a fuck probably about me,
it drove you fucking mad. Huh?
It did. It kept thinking that every time a woman came into my life, I tried to take my life when this would have been 11 years. 2021 is 11 years. So I'm 30. I'll be 34 this year. So I was 22. So it was because a girl broke up with me, and then I called her and her phone picked up in her pocket while she's getting railed by some guy. Literally, I had to hear this girl who I was telling I love you a day before getting railed by this dude, and it fucked me.
Oh yeah. And that's what I tell people, whenever I went through my divorce, that's when I got at my lowest point. And I kept the knife. Like, I was drunk one night, and I remember I got this gigantic ass Bowie case knife, and I remember I was standing in my bathroom holding it, and I thought about killing myself. And whenever I did, it disgusted me. I was like, man, I got family, I got friends, I got kids that need me. I was like, grow the fuck up, grab your balls and get a hold of yourself, man. And it wasn't but a couple weeks after that, I remember how pissed off I got. A random dude at work. I heard him having a conversation, and he was talking about how PTSD is just a free fucking check every month. I come unglued. I was like, motherfucker. I was like, go home and catch your wife having a gangbang with all your best friends right now. I said, it's going to demoralize you and fucking eat at you, and you're going to want to kill yourself. Yeah. I was like, and that ain't a thimble of a fucking hair on a nutsack from what these men and women go through with PTSD that go and serve our country, and you want to sit back and talk shit on them? Like, I legit got mad, man.
You should. We work with Mission 22 here in Georgia. Shout out to Mr. Ken and Renee and all of y'all. And Kurt, if I wouldn't have said Kurt's name, he'd have beat my ass. God, I about fucked up bad there. But no, yeah. Like we work with them, and you just get to see, like, I don't publicize a lot of it, and I know you probably are the same way about certain sensitive subjects. I like this. I just like helping. I like
to keep people's personal life personal, if I help them or not, you know.
But anybody that doesn't believe PTSD is a real fucking thing. We have took some guys with us to some events. And halfway through the event, they're like, hey, we got to go. Like, we appreciate you inviting us. There's too many people here. I'm scared to death. Right. And I'm like, we got you. But if you need to go, that's fine. I understand.
Hell yeah.
But he's like, you can't explain it. I don't have PTSD from mine. Honestly, dude, my suicide attempt was the best and worst thing that has ever happened to me. I agree. I got a whole different understanding of life afterwards. And my faith in God got stronger. Actually, my daughter's name is Grace. Her name is Gracie. I named her My Saving Grace. That's like my tattoo right here is My Saving Grace. 9 to 10 months after my suicide attempt is when she was born. Like, we didn't even know when I decided, like, I was not going to let my depression and anxiety control my life.
Yeah.
God gave me a gift. Less than a year later, he's like, hey, look, this is your reason every single day. If you're having a bad day.
How awesome is it that by the time she got here, you had already hit bottom. You had already fucking broke down. So she didn't have to experience that negative side of it.
Dude, I would have never wanted her to see me like that.
I'm telling you, so many people are scared to fail and scared to try. I tell people failing is the best fucking thing you can do. It'll either, one, show you that you're not as into something as much as you thought you was, or you're even way more into it than you thought you was. You're going to get up, you're going to dust off, you're going to fucking get in there, you're going to work, you're going to grind, and you're going to get that shit.
Well, I hate the word failure, because I think that what should have been replaced with the word failure a long time ago was a learning experience.
That's true.
Yeah, you just did something wrong. You didn't fail, but you learned how to do it right afterwards. Yeah. Like, you have to, the story between was it the 409 bottle, the chemical spray, that, like, the cleaning spray?
I know what you're talking about.
You know why? You know why it's called 409?
No idea.
Because they messed the recipe up 408 times before they got it the way they wanted it. So
see there?
They named it 409. And they fucked up. Cool. Yeah, they fucked up so many times, but when they got it right, they were happy with it. And now it's everybody's got fucking 409. Cool. So I mean, nobody ever remembers, like, I'll put it in perspective for folks. How many times do you have to stop recording a video and start over again?
Oh God. I'm pretty good on that aspect as far as the comedy, because I actually do have I don't know, I'm weird. Like, whenever I turn myself on, like, I fucking go, and whenever I'm going through an edit and shit, I'm like, how the fuck did I come up with that? It's like a unnatural fucking canny gift that I got. But this music that I'm dabbling in, like, you'll have something sounding so good in your head, and you're writing it down, and then you'll get in the booth and you'll lay it down and you'll listen to it. And you're like, the fuck is that stupid shit?
Yeah, see, that's what I mean, though. Like, nobody ever gets to see the rough drafts in our life. All they ever see is the final product. They don't realize how fucked up the rough drafts are.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, my entire life's been built off reattempts, as you say.
Yeah, we just been lucky. Like, and there's been a lot of people that haven't been in our shoes, and especially yours. Your platform's way bigger than mine. You bust way more ass than I do. But
I tell everybody, we all have a gut feeling. I listened to that motherfucker about everything.
Yeah.
Like, I was drunk as like, I'm sober now. Well, I don't drink anymore. I'll get high as fucking Tommy Tone around this bitch.
Yeah, boy.
But dude, like, if I hadn't listened to I think I had 400,000 followers altogether on all platforms back in 2017 when I quit my job. And I'll never regret drinking, because drinking gave me the confidence that I didn't have in myself at the time. But I was drunk as fuck one night, and I just moved into this house I'm in now. I'd been in it less than a month, and just recently got married, had a brand new baby. And
congratulations.
Thank you, brother. I was watching Steve Harvey on my cell phone, and he was talking about, and I'd been telling my wife, I was like, I feel like I need to do something. And I had a company that was trying to hire me to go full time with them and quit contracting doing the millwright shit. And I was like, no, thank you. And they're like, dude, it's $38 an hour. Where are you going to find this opportunity again? And I was like, if I take that good fucking job, I'm going to give up on my dreams and I'm not going to do anything. And they're like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, man, these videos, I feel something with it. And they're like, you're fucking off. You're making yourself look like an asshole. And that night I was watching Steve Harvey, and he said that the reason people never become successful is they never jump. And if you never jump, how in the fuck are you going to fly? And I was like, felt something in me. And I was like, I'm about to quit my fucking job. I called my boss at like 1:00 in the morning. And he was like, hey, what the fuck's everything okay? And I was like, how much vacation time do I have left? And he was like, you don't have any vacation time left. You took it all doing this stupid shit you've been doing. And I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, hey, if I quit, would y'all hire me back if it fails? And he was like, do what? And I was like, I think I want to quit my job. And he was like, what are you going to do? I said, I have no fucking idea. And he was like, yeah. And I quit my job. I told my wife the next morning. She's a fucking trooper. She didn't bitch. She didn't get mad. She told me, she's like, we got a little bit of money in the bank. If you feel it, go with it. I'll be right here. And dude, I have ate a lot of fucking ramen noodles, and I've sold every damn thing I've ever had. But it feels good that I never had to make that phone call and say, dude, I fucking failed, you know?
Hey, look, one thing that I actually live by, nothing extraordinary ever happened to anybody staying in their comfort zone.
Oh, yeah. And nothing extraordinary has ever happened from a normal motherfucker. Yeah. So it's okay to be weird, be different, you know? Go out there and find something you enjoy and excel at that shit, man.
That's my problem with a lot of shit right now. Like, I'm trying to make up my mind, as crazy as this is about to sound. I'm probably fixing to run for mayor in my small ass town.
How cool.
I'm like seriously thinking about it, because there's a teacher in this family that I absolutely love, that I grew up with. And me and them were having a discussion probably about a month ago. And growing up, when we're in school, we're taught all the things that we do need to know. There's some shit I don't think we need to know. But like, I put all my focus on being an athlete. Yeah. I am 5'10" on a good day when my fucking back ain't hurting.
Like, why come nobody told you, hey, instead of ruining your fucking body, you're probably not going to make it to the NFL, son?
Well, here's the deal. Like, when I was in middle school, I got a poem published in Young Poets of America. There should have been somebody right then that reached out to me and said, hey, you might be good at this if you put time and effort into it. And writing poetry turns into writing music.
Dude, it's so fucking weird how much we have in common.
But the reason I stopped doing it, because when the school announced, hey, Josh Terry's got a young poet, the baseball players, all my friends, gave me shit and picked on me about it, because they're like, oh, that's gay. You know,
it made you self-conscious about it.
It did. So I didn't work for it. But
I tell people all the time, like, look at Metallica. Do you think that they was the cool fucking kids in school?
No.
They was in band and shit, probably, and they was getting picked on. And now anybody out there wants to suck their dicks because they stayed true to their fucking self, man.
That's what I feel like. There needs to be some type of program in schools that it helps kids realize, especially in the world we live in now, that your talent might not be anything that makes you cool right now in fucking high school or middle school.
Yeah.
But when you get out, there are my friends that if you look back at them that are from Nashville now, they were picked on and belittled or whatever when people said, "Oh, you want to be a musician? That's stupid." Now
Yeah.
they're making bank and they're living in Nashville and they're
Oh,
having
hell
the
yeah.
time of their fucking life. They're
Why?
happy.
I've always wrote poems. Absolutely love poems, and I felt weird about that shit as a kid. Like I had a
Yeah.
book that I kept, and when I was about 12 years old, my dad walked in. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Drawing." He's like, "Let me see." And he took my book, and I remember thinking, "He's gonna think I'm a fucking pussy. He's gonna think I'm
Yeah.
a weirdo."
Yeah.
And he started reading my poems. He was like, "Hold on." He went to his room and he come back with 2 notebooks fucking full of poems.
Yep.
And I was like, "You write poems too?" He's like, "I always have. I think it's really cool that you do." And man, I never ever dreamed that it would turn into music. And like whenever I first started, when I met you, I was managed by Daphne. She did the Daphne had the 180 talent group. Her
She
husband
she's
was
been
Jeff.
at she's been at the studio. I like that.
Dude, they're amazing fucking people. And I remember going to all these concerts and shit and listening to all these country rappers. And like inside my mind, I was like, "Motherfucker, you can do this." But I was so scared to try because I was like, "All right, I'm already doing the comedy thing. If I start doing the music, I'm either going to have to, one, make it just funny songs, or it ain't going to work. Because if I try to do what I want to, people's going to laugh at me and say I fucking suck." And now I'm just like to the point, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm enjoying being me. If it makes millions of dollars, fucking good.
I, t-
If
I
it
tell
don't make but 10 people happy and I get to go perform in front of 10 people, I'm fucking cool with that too. I'm doing this for me, man.
I'll tell you something very funny that got told to me. I got a buddy. His name's Nate Kenyon, and he used to play for the Lax a lot. Like he's in several of their songs. It's blew up.
Yeah.
But so I went to a concert with him one time. I don't do the country rap. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
And the big guy from the Lax, he came up to me and like we're sitting there talking and bullshit. I'm having a beer with him, and so he was like, "What did you think of the show?" And I was like, "Dude, I'll be honest with you. The country rap stuff, it's not for me. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
But you just made a shit ton of people out there happy,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're killing it. Like I'm happy for you. Like I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. It's just that doesn't fit for me." And he
Yeah.
told me something. He told me something, and I'll remember it till the day I die. He said, "If I could sing, I'd sing. This is my way of getting my message out into the
True.
world." And
That's cool,
I have
man.
the utmost respect for any musician. Like there's only a few that I don't like, but
Yeah.
I've been around them and they've rubbed me the wrong way. I'm all about how you treat people.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if you're the worst fucking talented person ever, but if you're good to folks and you're nice to me, I'm gonna be nice to you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna gas you up as far as telling you, hey, go do your thing. Like,
Yeah.
but I respect it. And you used to write poetry, so it just makes sense that you would want to. I want to write country music so bad, but
Yeah.
my friends are like so good at it that me
Yeah.
starting off, I have to start off on a baby level
Hey, we
compared.
all got to crawl
Yeah,
before we walk, baby.
yeah. But
That's a
dude,
fact, brother.
I like that. I like that you're doing that now. I like that you keep
I
progressing.
I cannot fucking wait for y'all to hear the shit that me and my buddy was, and the alcohol started this shit for me too. So I will forever love alcohol, even though I don't drink no more. I
Yeah.
don't give a. I keep fucking beer here in the studio for all my friends. I got bottles of moonshine. Like I can be around it. It doesn't bother me, and I'll forever love it because it's like I didn't feel comfortable going into this shit by myself for some reason. I don't know why. And I think it's because me and my buddy Joe Dyson, we used to get fucking drunk and hammered, and we would go to YouTube and just put beats to rap to, and we would freestyle the fuck out of that shit. And then one day I was like, why don't we fucking start recording this shit and actually writing lyrics instead of just getting drunk belligerent? And we've made some really cool fucking shit. We've made some stuff that like hits home. We've made some shit that's funny. We've made some shit that'll make you want to fight a motherfucker. Like I'm proud of this, and I can't wait for everybody to hear it. And I'm proud that my success with comedy has opened some doors, and now I have Joe. He's working with me and for me, and I got Brendan. I got employees and shit now. My wife, she does the OnlyFans shit. She absolutely fucking is killing it. She's got 2 employees that work for her and help her manage stuff, and is absolutely fucking insane how far you can go whenever you believe in yourself, no matter if anybody else does or not, man.
Yeah, I think there's something special like about folks like you and me that have just decided we're doing this our way. This is our life.
Oh
Nobody's
yeah.
going to tell me how to live my life. Some people we've had girls on here that does the OnlyFans stuff, and
Yeah.
I tell everybody the same thing when it comes to that. If you can make life changing money, you're never ever going to regret it. You're
Oh hell
never
no.
ever going to regret it. Now it's those people that want to do it that's going to make $300 in 6 months that you got
Yeah.
to remember your assholes out there for the rest of the world to
That
see.
ain't no shit.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
well, we had me and the wife both, we love, nudity. We love porn and all this shit. And she first started filming and stuff. We had piles of shit already filmed just for us, me and her.
Yeah.
And she told me one day, she was like, I've been wondering about that OnlyFans stuff. And I was like, well, fuck, I don't care. Hell yeah. You supported me. I'm going to support you. And fuck, we have had so much fun with it. It's gave her more confidence than I could have ever dreamed. And it's weird to me that we live in a time where we've accepted, gay, we've accepted
Yeah.
transgender, we've accepted all these things that are norms now. And I'm fucking in love with that. I've always preached be yourself. And, I believe people are who they are. But it's crazy to me that if you got two straight people that enjoy fucking, they're like, oh my God, burn them at the fucking cross. They
Yeah.
sold their titties for $1.
Hey, look,
Entertainment is entertainment. It doesn't matter if you got pants on or not. God
yeah.
damn it.
I mean, you go to movies. That's what people don't get. Like, there's been several movies that I can sit here and say that I watched, and I can't tell you the names of the players, but I remember the sex scenes from it. Like,
Damn right.
So like the movie 300. 300 was one of the most badass movies ever. But
Hell
when I
yeah.
think about it, I think about the bitch getting kicked in the well, and then
He got smoked in that fucking well.
But then I think about him and his wife, and they're railing, and it's
Oh
just
yeah.
it's like, you know what? That's kind of my favorite scene from that movie.
Most
Like,
definitely.
you can't.
Yeah.
But sexuality is
Well, it's either that one scene with titties or the rest of the dudes in panties the rest of the movie. So
right.
I'm gonna go with that scene with you, brother.
Me too.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the number one selling tool ever since the beginning of time has been sex. I don't care.
Most definitely.
You can't knock guys like me and you.
Hey, people's been fucking since the beginning of time. By God.
When you got fucking massive companies like Hardee's, who a couple years ago had the girl in the bathing suit that was just smoking, and she's eating a fucking cheeseburger. What did that hot, almost naked bitch? No, they knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah.
So if it's okay for them, why isn't it okay for folks like us?
Oh, most definitely. And dude, I love it. I love reading the comments on that shit whenever I help promote or like it's amazing the amount of positivity that you do get. But then you get them people on there that hadn't got no pussy in 6 years.
Oh, you can tell them motherfuckers when they come out.
Oh, dude, it drives them. They're like, oh my God, you should respect your wife. I'm like, motherfucker, we're living in 2021, not 1962. People fuck, we enjoy it. My wife gets more pussy than you do. Get the fuck over it,
Yeah, I mean, but to each their own. Like,
yeah.
If it makes you and your old lady happy, who gives a fuck?
Exactly. And that's an ever aspect,
Yeah,
that's anybody with anything, find something you enjoy, capitalize on it, live the life that you want to live, man.
I mean, you can't help it when those endorphins in your brain are going off and it's saying you're happy. It doesn't matter what you might, from y'all doing that might be the same pleasures I get from going to play golf. Or
Very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't define somebody else's happiness.
Very true. And I think more people need to just do something. Like you said, play golf. Like so many people get caught up in waking up, going to work, coming home, and that's it. Yeah, do something. I'm 31 years old. I started skateboarding with my kids. I weigh 313 pounds. I'm down to like 272 pounds now. I fucking bought a BMX bike the other day. I'll get out there and play with my boys. We've been fucking doing shit that I'm not comfortable doing.
Yeah.
But it's so fun, man. And I love getting good at shit. I love forcing myself to learn new things, no matter what it is, I've learned the Rubik's Cube one time just because I wanted to. Like,
fuck that shit. I would lose my mind trying to I am not touching a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, you could do it, brother. I will obsess over things individually, and like then I got it though. Like the Rubik's cube, like for a month, that's all I wanted to do. Now I can pick it up anytime and don't even think about it. It's there. You know, I can do a fucking kickflip on a skateboard. That took me a damn year to do. Now I can just fucking do a kickflip on a skateboard, and I love just doing that weird, random shit. That's what my entire life's been about. And you can look at my tattoo schemes. I'm a very random person. I'm very open. Like I'm accepting of anybody and anything. And I was like that in school. Like I never understood the groups, you know. Like you would have the emo kids over here, you'd have football players over here, you'd have the people that thought it was cool to dip snuff over there. I hung out with all them motherfuckers. Like I legit did. I never allowed myself to be put in one particular group. And I got along with everybody in school, man. I really did. The few people that, you know, wanted to be assholes, luckily I was big enough that I got to take up for myself. And the only fights that I ever actually got in wasn't really over me. It was for taking up for other people. Like
Same.
I never fought anybody to fight somebody, but if I seen somebody being a bully, I would smoke their fucking ass, dude.
All right.
And I'm still that way today.
Let me tell you what happened Friday night. And I don't care if you hear this show tonight or this show right now, dickhead. So I got a buddy who used to be 330 to 360. He's a very big dude. Now he's lost a whole lot. He's like 180 now. But
Wow.
me and him started losing weight at the same time. I quit for a while because I just couldn't. I was getting too wrapped up in it, and I think it was taken away from too much. So now I just try to maintain a healthy weight.
Most definitely.
But so the last time we were over at this house, me and my buddy and some more folks, we get back in the truck and we start to leave. And this guy tells me, he opens up and he's like, that guy over there, he used to pick on me when I was in school. And he used to give me like such a hard time to the point where like the dude got emotional in my truck. Well,
wow.
I told
as
him
a grown man.
Yeah, we're same age. So
Wow.
and I was like, dude, that's fucked up. He used to do that shit to me too. Like he used to do it to me too. So my dad just like broke his neck July the 20th on his 60th birthday last month.
Wow.
He broke it.
All right?
Yeah, he's getting by. I mean, he's doing better.
Damn.
But what happened was I just been really stressed out, like, cause I'm having to pay.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I'm having to pay his bills and mine. He didn't have insurance. He's been doing manual labor since he was 16. Like it's just between raising money for him and everything. Like I've just been stressed the fuck out. So I decided on Friday, I was like, you know what? I'm fixing to get rip roaring fucking drunk. And I had a DD. And I was like, you know what? I want to ride dirt roads. It's my favorite thing in the world. Well, then I get invited to this party. Well, that guy's over there. And
you're already emotional.
I'm already emotional. And like I tell this dude, like straight up, I'm like, look, I just need you to apologize. That's all I need you to do. I need you to say that you were sorry to me. Well, really, my buddy. Like I was trying not to let it on too much about me. But I was like, I need you to apologize to him. And he's like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna apologize for something I don't remember. And I was telling him, I was like, what's fucked up most about all this?
Remembers that shit.
Yeah. I was like, what's fucked up mostly about this is one, you either remember and you don't want to admit it, or two, it was so insignificant to you that you don't remember, but you left that everlasting scar on people. Like you fucked them up. So then I got maybe drank a little bit more, and luckily I was around some really good friends that wouldn't let me get a hold of him. But I told him because I was pushing every, you know, when you really fucking get to that point, you're trying to push buttons. I looked at him, I said, dude, I will fuck you up. Then I will go inside and fuck your wife. Like,
God dang it, yes.
I said, I will right now. Well, they're all their own type of way. I think they all may have some swinging in them. And that just ain't my scene, but I tell you, but I made it very clear. And then I end up slapping her on the ass later on as I walked past her just to prove a point. But he didn't want none. And I told, like, I made the point that night, and I want to make the point over and over and over again to people. You have to teach your children not to fucking bully and not to be ugly to kids because like I shouldn't have acted that way the other night. That was wrong with me. That was me being the bully. I do feel bad about it. But at the same time, it's like we've got to have people to stand up against fucking shit like that and remind them like this isn't the way. You really have fucked up a good person to where my buddy didn't even want to come over there the other
From
night
some
because
shit that happened in school.
fucking 20 years ago.
Wow, that's
And
insane, man. We don't realize what we do affects people positively and negatively in life
yeah,
forever, you know?
that's why you got to be nice to people. And you said something a while ago, and it's resonated with me. It's one of the things that has just taught me really how to be open and love folks and just be nice is I have a very big alphabet community following. There's a lot
Yeah,
of the gays, a lot of the transformers. They love me because I'll talk shit to them, but like in a joking way, like we'll play back
yeah,
and forth. And you know what? They've got something right for the ones who aren't just assholes, but there's asshole straighties out there too.
yeah.
But like
Oh, most
they
definitely.
just have fun and love.
Oh,
They,
yeah.
they are just fucking peaceful. Now, like I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
there's some that are out there, but there's a lot of people that are out there in a lot of things.
Well, I got friends that's gay, and like I'm so proud for them that they don't have to fucking hide and be scared anymore, you
Yeah.
know? They can just go out there and fucking be gay. I was like, hell yeah, that's cool as shit, you know?
Yeah. See, like I live in South Georgia.
I
That
get
shit,
dick I get dick pictures and shit sent to me all the
good
I'm
God,
like
I'm glad I don't
if
get them
I
no
was
more.
if I was gay, I'd be the happiest motherfucker.
Yeah.
I could fuck more dudes. But like whenever people send me this shit, I don't get mad. I mess back like, hey, nice cock, brother, but I don't go that way. And they love it. They're like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
that's the coolest response. And I'm like, hey, you got a nice dick, you know?
But that just
But
shows how comfortable, like in our sexuality, that we
yeah.
are. Because there's some people, and you know them, because I know them, that if you send them a dick pic, they're finna roast you and try to
Oh
make you look
God.
like it. Why?
Yeah.
The dude was shooting a shot. I
Like
mean,
whenever I tell people, be yourself, fucking Catfish Cooley loves you if nobody else does, I fucking mean that
yeah,
shit,
same,
man.
dude.
I really do.
That's what makes you special, though. That's what makes you different than some other people is the fact that you're about teaching. You know, one thing with religion in me is I don't care what religion you are. There is one common denominator across every single different religion, and that is love your neighbor. That is love
Most definitely.
everybody. And every one of the religions is we're not the judge.
Yeah. I don't know if all of them say that, but a lot of them do.
Yeah, I mean a bunch of them do. Like I don't know
See,
some of them now, but
oh
a
yeah.
bunch of them
See,
do.
that's whenever I got divorced and I had all that time and in my head. Like I read the Bible, I read the English version of the Quran, I started reading the Scientology stuff, and I realized meth has been around for a very long fucking
Very
time,
long time.
you know. But I'm kind of like you, like believe in what you want to believe in. Like I don't know which book is right. I know that there's a greater power. Like I feel that. I feel like something helps me keep from just totally fucking up my life. And I know that as long as I don't quit trying, I'm gonna make it and shit's gonna be okay. And I feel like something's there rooting for me, man. I really do. You
Yeah,
know?
it don't matter what you believe. Like I believe Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and that's me.
Yes.
But if you don't, I,
Yeah.
you know, that's not my place.
No.
You know that's not my place. I want you to be happy, whatever makes you happy. Like
Most definitely.
one thing that's taboo here is like still 2021 because you got ignorant ass folks. I like black women. I like black women. I like white women.
Well, who don't?
I just like goddamn women, right?
Yeah.
So
If you say you don't, you're a liar.
yeah, so like if you see me out at the bar or something, and I'm at fucking Crazy Boy Country Bar because I love country music, I love rap music, and I got a pretty ass black girl with me, like you still get people are like, what the fuck is going? No, you know what? This person is very attractive. She's probably gonna make me very happy later.
Oh hell yeah.
And you know what? Like, fuck you if you're still weird about it. Why can't people just leave everybody alone and just let them be happy?
That's because people do not think with their own conscious decisions. They go off reactions. There's a fucking program from their grandparents to their parents to them. And it's not that anybody's stupid, it's that people's uneducated about so many fucking aspects of life. Still to this day, here in Texas, if you see a salamander run across the ground, somebody's gonna say, "Don't touch that motherfucker. My pawpaw said it was poisonous and it'd kill you." I'm like, you stupid fuck, Google something. Damn it,
Yeah. You used to do like the mud bog tours and everything and all that
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
See, like I made a comment on country radio last year, or the year before, and I got asked not to do them no more. Like,
Really?
yeah, like with the people that were like paying me to go to them, whatever. I don't support and I don't condemn the Confederate flag. I don't. Like, it's to each their own. It don't mean anything to me. But like my
Yeah.
dad even has a Confederate flag tattoo. So I had to have the talk with him when he heard me say it and was like, why? And I was like, look, I know to generations before that's African American what it meant to them.
But it
So
offends people now. It really does.
yeah, it
I know
does. So,
exactly where you're going with it.
you know what I'm saying? But to me, it don't mean shit to me. Like, no offense to anybody. If it means something special to you, that's fine. But I don't want to be seen as a bigot.
Yeah.
I don't. I want to see both sides of a conversation.
I mean, we're from the South, but the fact of the matter is, I don't understand how people symbolize shit. Like the cross has always been a confusing thing to me. Like you wear the cross, that's what they killed Jesus with. If they'd have killed him with a fucking hammer, would people be wearing hammers around their neck? The flag.
Well, the symbol of the cross isn't where he got hung on. It's because he carried his cross there.
See,
yeah.
But yeah, like that makes a little more sense now. But I think people symbolize, like, why bitch about a thing when you could go do something?
Yeah.
Just do shit. Quit living 10,000 goddamn years ago about anything. Just fucking do what you want to do. If you like a flag, fucking have the flag. It don't make me a fuck one way or another. But just because I'm from the South, people assume that I should be running around waving the motherfucker.
I think it's extremely bad for business. And I think one person has made it work for them, and that's Upchurch. And I don't know him. I've never got the pleasure of meeting him.
But I got to meet him not long ago. Super fucking cool dude. Yeah.
That's what every single person I have heard has said. What a genuinely nice guy he was.
Cool as a fucking cucumber, man.
But if you look, and I applaud him for standing up for his beliefs. I would do, if you were to come at me or anybody was to come at me about something to do with the cross or my religious beliefs, I would stand up same way that he's done. But
that's because you truly believe in it. You truly love it. And that's cool.
So, and I think you'd be the same way. But the thing is like, you got to be business savvy.
I'm such a non-confrontational person.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything that's knowingly going to offend or upset anybody.
Yeah, see, like I'll go and tell you this is what's crazy. You probably got a big bump from being on Tosh. You probably got like a nice
not as big as I'd have wanted at the time, but progressively over time, it helped a lot.
Well, if you would have had any symbol that meant hate at whatsoever to another.
In 2021, they go back, it'll fucking ruin my career.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I do though? Every time we get a new sponsor on the show, because I'm not worried about it, because cancel culture really can't fuck with podcasts. It falls under freedom of speech. You downloading this, you're giving me permission to ear fuck you. I can say whatever I want to. You know that you're coming in here to listen to me. You know what you're getting. So
what people tickle me about that, like you constantly see them on Facebook bitching, this is freedom of speech and I'm getting banned for 30 days. It's not fucking freedom of speech. It's a social media website that was created by an individual with a set of fucking rules. And if you don't go by them rules, just like anything else, you're going to fucking get in trouble.
Exactly. But with all of that, I tell my sponsors right off the bat that if you go back and you look at my social media from when it started, there's liable to be some shit on there you don't like. But I believe in growth. I believe that there was a lot of things that I posted that was probably wrong, that I grew from it, and it made me less ignorant on subjects. But if you don't,
you was just ignorant to the fact.
Yeah, exactly. And people don't.
I agree with that 1,000%, man. I grew so much. And
I mean, think about it. Me and you have been blessed enough to where we have got to experience different sides of things to where our regular friends will never, ever get to see or hear.
Do you know how many people never leave the state they live in?
A lot.
Like the first time I ever went to Canada, like I was fucking mind blown. Like I live in Texas. I'm from Louisiana. If I tell my friends like, "Hey, I got to go to New York," they're like, "Oh, you going up there with them Yankees?" I'm like, "Have y'all ever partied with them motherfuckers? They get down like New York. Them motherfuckers out there slinging mud, drinking. You go to Canada, they had rebel flags and shit on top of a fucking tour bus with stripper poles. We're all the fucking same.
Yeah.
People is people is people, man.
I did a show last week with a woman who was in the Olympics for softball 2 weeks ago in Tokyo, and they won the bronze medal for Canada.
What?
Yeah, like so me and Danielle, she was on like Good Morning America. I just got really lucky and got her on the show.
Bad.
And she's a badass. But like she was telling me the same thing. And she invited me up to Canada. She's like,
Yeah.
trust me, you will have a blast up
That's
here.
fucking awesome. I love
Yeah.
Canada.
The only place that I would rather live than Georgia though, and I got to give it up to you sons of bitches in Texas. I went to Texas in March on a road trip for work, and I almost didn't leave. I almost did not leave.
Man. I do. I love Texas. I don't know why, but I fucking am infatuated with anywheres in Tennessee. I love Tennessee, but it's too fucking cold there in the wintertime. But Texas it feels like home, man. Like ever since I, lost all my shit in Louisiana, like I didn't plan on living right here where I'm at, but I met so many good people and I kind of created myself over. And I just feel like this is where the roots of me is at. Like whenever I leave, I genuinely fucking miss this place. No matter how much fun I'm having, like I want to go home, like to reset.
I think the thing with Texas is it's the most genuine ass nice people, like manners, everything, and that shit just really
for
makes
the most
a difference.
Part, yeah.
For
the most part, yes.
When we went to the stockyards, it was my first time going to Dallas Fort Worth to the stockyards and everything.
Dallas is huge, ain't it?
Yes, dude. Oh my God, this Texas is fucking huge.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous, and man, it's just the quality of people. I heard Joe Rogan talking about once he moved to Austin, and I was like, okay, I've never been to Texas. I'm setting up this road trip to go to Houston, then to Dallas. So
yeah, what he say? He said, "I want y'all to teach me how to boat because I don't want to fuck this up."
Yeah,
he's
no
like,
shit. It's
yeah,
just, but you learn like like in Georgia. Georgia used to be the same way. Now there's some weird shit that's here, and
I've always had good experiences in Georgia too. Now,
yeah, well, it's good. It's good in certain places, but we have to tell people if you're coming in Georgia, just realize that Atlanta ought to be its own fucking state. The rest of Atlanta's its own state. We don't even count Atlanta no more. And
I wish that there was a helicopter ferry, like you could drive to Atlanta and get in it and fly you the fuck over and put you on the other side. Traffic is fucking horrible there.
To go to Nashville from where I live, and I go like every 2 months, for about a week. I leave here, I have to go through Atlanta, which is horrible. Then you got to go through fucking Chattanooga. That's almost just as bad.
I just stayed there the other night. I understand what you're talking about 100%.
It's about a 5-hour trip, how it should be. And if I don't leave like at 2:00 in the morning to beat traffic, turns into like an 8-hour trip every fucking time.
Yeah, most definitely. The reason I stayed in Chattanooga instead of driving straight through to Manchester, Kentucky was because I done drove about 13 hours and the traffic was so bad. I was like, I ain't even fighting this shit. I'm getting a room. I'm leaving early in the morning before everybody else does. And that's exactly what I did.
I drive in the middle of the night. That's always me.
I drive a lot at night too.
I can't do it. You're not a flyer?
Fuck flying.
See, I'm scared shitless of it. I'm scared.
I love the actual flying, like the getting on the plane, the convenience of traveling really fast, really quick. But the shit you have to fucking do to fly now is so fucking aggravating. There's so many people, takes forever. I've had the worst luck. I was flying home from Nashville one time, the first show my dad ever come with me. We left Nashville. We flew to Mississippi for some fucking reason, and we got on a layover for 22 fucking hours. We stayed in the airport. I could have rode a bicycle from Mississippi to Texas in damn near the same amount of time it took us to get home. And that's happened to me several fucking times.
Yeah, to me, there's something nice having your truck there and just being able to go when you want to.
Oh, yeah. I have got where I'll drive to any fucking word. And like I can impressively fucking travel. Like 17, 18-hour trip, I'll knock that bitch out in a day, go to sleep, wake up, and go do 2 shows the next day, and then fucking turn around, come home the next day. I'll be gone 3 days and drive
Man,
that motherfucker.
I'm finna have you in Georgia so goddamn quick, my guy.
Mm-hmm. I drive through there all the time, brother.
Shit. There's just so much shit I want to ask you about. I think we'll wrap this up in a few minutes, but we're gonna have to do another one.
I'll give some people something funny that they can relate to. I'm a comedian, so they're looking for that. Flying with my wife, Miss Monica Cooley. Let me fucking tell y'all about this dingy bitch, okay?
Yeah.
It was 9/11 this year. Like, stressful fucking date to be going to the airport in the first place. You got COVID fucking wrapped up. Everybody's scared to death of that shit. We go through TSA, everything goes good. We go to get onto the airplane, and as we're handing the lady at the kiosk her ticket to go through, she tells me that I have a vent on the front of my mask and I have to put the little blue mask on. My wife doesn't understand. She's a little more confrontational than me. She's like, why in the fuck? I paid $12 for that mask. He's wearing that mask. And I'm like, no, I'm not. The lady said to put this one on. Let's go. Thank you, ma'am, for saving my life. Whatever you need to hear, I'm going to go have a fucking good day. Give me the mask. My wife's like, what the fuck? She's acting like we're fucking terrorists or something. I'm like, Monica, you can't say the fucking word terrorist on 9/11, you dingy bitch, you know? Well, then the lady asked her, she goes, you don't have any batteries in your purse or anything. Well, my wife does OnlyFans. We got a whole bag full of dildos, brother.
Oh,
my wife sits on the floor in front of men, women, children, God, and everybody, and starts taking these batteries out of her dildos. I'm like, oh my fuck. You don't embarrass me. And I was fucking embarrassed. We get on the airplane, we land. The next night, I'm getting ready for the show. And I had like a scraggle on the back of my pants leg. And she goes, here, let me cut that off for you. She reaches in her purse and she pulls out a pocket knife about that fucking long. I'm like, did you have that knife on the airplane in your purse? And she was like, yeah, I got a lot of them. She had 7 fucking knives in her purse and her carry-on 9/11 after she had slung dildo batteries everywhere and told the woman we wasn't terrorists. That is why I do not fly no more.
No, you probably can't. You're probably on no fly list now.
Dude, I'm not traveling with my wife in an airplane no more. I will fucking ride a tandem bicycle to fucking Egypt before I fly with her anywhere again.
God damn, dude, I have to learn to fly. I've never ever flew because I'm scared of it. But
going by yourself is fucking easy breezy. But when you go in with wives and dogs and shit, hop in a truck and drive, brother.
That's what, dude. But I also like road trips. I like to be able to stop at cool fucking places. There was a couple of cool ass places when we got to Texas that we stopped at just for the hell of it. I mean, just to chill.
Hell yeah.
But man,
if you've never flew, eat you a handful of edibles and have a good fucking time. Dude, you will be scared to death. You'll wonder why we're born. Does life even matter? And by the time you land, you'll just fucking be happy to be alive and it'll all be good again.
You know what? I just got the show that me and you's going to do in live in person when I could talk you into coming to Georgia. I have never took an edible. I've never all right. So
yeah,
I got in a lot of trouble for stealing shit when I was like 18 to 21, right? I was a bad person. So I know what it's like to be in a detention center for like 60 days one time, 90 days the other.
Yeah.
And I am such a stickler for not doing anything that makes my fat ass go to jail. Now, but the difference is like if somebody's got like a THC pen or they bring it to the studio or something, or they got a bowl or something, yeah, I'll fucking hit that shit. But I'm not
as long as you're not carrying the shit around with you.
Exactly. Like you get in fucking trouble for it. I ain't getting in trouble for it.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, here in Texas, they made the Delta 8 legal.
We got it here now.
When it first come out, I was like, man, that shit ain't gonna. And I'm the same way. Like if I'm in a state that has weed, I'm gonna buy that weed there and I'm gonna smoke the fuck out of it. But here, dude, that Delta 8 shit will rock your fucking world, and it's 100% legal. And they got some edibles that'll cross your fucking nuts together, son.
My buddy, fucking Lee Tucker, when I was telling you about the musician the other day, I got to introduce you to, because you two would fucking y'all. I'm telling you, you'd be best friends. I just know it. He's trying to quit drinking, are drinking as much. So he went and bought the Delta 8 stuff. And
Yeah.
then we're sitting here at the studio. I'm playing golf on the big screen, and we're just hanging out at the studio, just chilling and shit. And we both hit it. And he's never really done anything like that before.
Oh yeah, he was
And
rocked.
and that bitch was giggling his fat ass off 20 minutes. He just started looking at me and giggling. And he was just like, oh, I'm fucked or not.
Dude, I loved it. Back when I was drinking, I was so emotional, and
Yeah.
anything that happened was kind of like you with the guy, like, oh, we got to fight. I got to do something.
Yeah.
I got to prove I'm a man. Now that I fucking smoked the Delta 8 and shit, and I'm high, like somebody could run into my truck in the driveway, and I'm like, well, give me an insurance card, brother. I'm sure we'll fucking work this out. So I'm like, I don't think just fucking emotionally. I think more rational. And
Well,
it has truly, it's helped me so fucking much. I look at it as a medicine. I really do. And it has increased the well-being of my life tenfold.
because it is. I
It
mean,
really is, man.
the thing with THC for the longest time, the government knew a very long time ago, very, very long time ago, that if you made marijuana legal, that it would kill the pharmaceutical companies.
Most definitely.
It will kill the pharmaceutical companies.
Mhm.
And now
it fucked it up, yeah.
now it's done got to the point that you can't hide it anymore. You
Yeah.
cannot hide from all the studies and everything how good it is for you mentally, physically.
Mhm.
When they say God made it, he made it for a reason.
Hey, I
That is
believe it.
that is homegrown ass medicine.
Now,
And
the other day, I think I smoked too much. I stared at myself into the mirror long enough that I convinced myself that we're the aliens and time machines is the UFOs and all that shit. But other than that, I loved it. I was scared to death.
what do you feel about aliens? Because it's one of my favorite subjects.
Hey, I swear to you on everything as far as my knowledge. About 4 fucking months ago, I was laying in the studio. I was watching TV with my wife. And I don't know, it was 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And my neighbor come beating on my door, scared the fucking shit out of me. And he was like, there's a fucking UFO over your house. And I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. He was like, I swear on fucking everything. I went outside. My buddy Joe Oliver and my other neighbor, Tina and Toby, was standing in the yard. I walked over their yard. There was this big circular fucking thing. It had 3 or 4 lights on it. Like it was huge, like the size of a fucking football field, huge. And about the time he got his phone, he went to take a video. It didn't go up, it didn't go down, it didn't go left, it didn't go right. It just disappeared.
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie. I had smoked a little bit that day, but I had not smoked
that was my
fucking
question.
much.
That was my
Hey,
next question.
Dude, like I ask my neighbors all the time. I was like, what the fuck does people think when y'all tell them? And they're like, we ain't told anybody. I'm like, do you believe you seen it? And they're like, we know what we seen. And I got on Facebook. We got a little talk group, like Meanwhile in Vidor, Texas. And like I went to it and I went to post, what the fuck was that? Whenever I did, it was like 10 or 15 people had done posted. They're like, what the fuck's the circle thing with the lights on it above Vidor, Texas? And I was like, motherfucker. And then I Googled it, and this shit's been started seeing everywhere. Like this ain't a once in a lifetime thing. Like it's starting to happen very fucking currently. And I don't know, man.
I'm gonna tell you something I've never told on the show before. I have never ever put this out there before. When I was a kid, I remember, and I cannot explain, I was probably about 10 years old, 10, 11 years old. No drugs involved, nothing like that. I was in my yard at night, and I will forever remember it looked like a rainbow. It looked like a rainbow came into the ground and went back up. Like I would to the day I die. I have no explanation of it. We lived out in the country, fucking in the shitty little house.
How did you feel?
I was confused. I just remember being confused.
I felt calm as fuck. I don't know why. That's what I told them when it left. Like they was freaking out. And I was like, why are y'all freaking out? And they're like, we don't know what the fuck that was. And I don't know why, but it made me feel so calm and at fucking peace. I don't know why, but I had that feeling. And when I think about it, I just feel like everything's okay. Like I don't know why, but when I picture it, it just calms me down. It was the strangest shit that ever happened.
Well, it's us knowing that we're not alone.
I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Well, like, here's another thing with it. the government in the past year has literally came out with all this stuff. They're easing our way into it. They're
Yeah.
because I was listening to this, I can't remember who the hell it was, and they made perfect sense when they said it. But if they were to just flat out say that we're not alone, the fucking world will lose their mind.
Dude, when a few
Religions
kids
will
ate
yeah,
when a few kids ate Tide Pods, the internet
yeah,
lost its fucking mind. What do you think they'd tell them if the government come out and said aliens are fucking real? It'd
yeah.
be people freaking fucking balls, son.
But there's no fucking way a logical person can sit here and say the universe is this fucking big and we're the
We're
only
the only
life in
one.
it.
I agree.
I,
Dude, I never thought about it too much until that moment happened. And now I've been super into studying and watching shit. And I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I seen. But I know that it was weird and it made me feel calm. That's all I know.
I tell you what sold
And I
me.
hope I get to see it again. I really fucking do.
I promise you, well, they're probably going to be our fucking neighbors.
Probably.
They probably, you know what? Because of the Biden administration, they're probably the reason they're like letting us know about them now so they can vote.
God damn it, son.
They went from illegal aliens to interterrestrial aliens, but we're going to get them voting rights.
Damn it, son.
But no, like, there's too many things that have happened that are so unexplainable. What got it for me was probably about a year or two ago. And I knew I had saw what I saw when I was a kid, but still, you don't know what the fuck that is. I
Yeah.
started reading all these occurrences, like from other countries, especially around like nuclear bases. Like the stuff that has happened around some nuclear sites
Yeah.
is very, very weird. And it seems like that if you believe in aliens, it's either one that it wouldn't be a fair fight. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be like a human squashing an ant. I don't ever think that it's them coming after us because they're threatened by us.
Yeah.
I think it's probably
They're
either
interested or something.
they're interested or it's us in 500,000 years when we develop time travel and we're like, hey, stop this fucking shit. Like, hey, let's cut out the nuclear shit.
Like I actually believe that new movie come out, War of the Worlds or whatever. Like I can see that being feasible in some type of way, you know? Like
Yeah.
for sure. Like I really do. Like, hey, let's go check on them. Tell them they better stop this shit before we fuck it up again, you know?
Yeah, no fucking shit. I mean, it
Like,
makes
like in my mind, I thought that we had come to this planet. I was like, look at it. Look at this fucking house. Look at the driveway. Look at the roads. Like, we can't breathe pollen without getting fucking sick. And it's natural here. And I was like, the only plant that is a plant that's illegal is weed. So that's the only plant that we brought from our home planet that we fucking destroyed, and we brought it to Earth. And the government don't want us smoking it because it's going to open up too much of our fucking minds. We're going to figure this shit out again, and then we're going to know that we're aliens. And I was like, what the fuck? It's all making sense.
I've never thought about it like that. That is a fucking stupid good point.
Dude, like
that is.
I did. Like I was like, what the fuck? That's why they don't want us smoking this shit. We're getting too smart, you know?
Well, that and think about it like DMT and ayahuasca and all these things that make you peel back what you know and see like something else. There's a reason why all that shit's illegal.
Yeah,
I mean, there's got it. They don't want you to know. They don't want
makes
you to
motherfuckers question too much shit, you know?
Yeah, I got a buddy. He comes to the studio all the time, and I let him get on every once in a while. Get on the mic when I do a lot of like I call them our shit talk shows, to where it's just a room full of people. We're drinking, some people smoking, they're doing whatever they want to, and we're just talking about life and bullshit. Like that's all it is. This guy believes in like the reptilians. He believes in every single conspiracy theory that there is.
I've met so many people like that. The other day I was trying to work out at the gym, and this guy, he just went on about, you know, the way you've brought up politics with me, that's feasible. You know, you're saying something, I'm listening, but he was just like jobbing this shit down my throat about all these conspiracies, about these fucking owl people and the reptiles and all this stuff. And he looks at me and he was like, do you know what I'm talking about? I was like, oh yeah, man, I believe you. I said, apparently Abraham Lincoln killed fucking vampires and shit for years. I never even knew it till I watched a documentary about it the other day. And he was like, you don't give a fuck what I'm talking about, do you? I said, do you know how much porn and cartoons I got to go watch to get this shit out of my head that you just pushed into my fucking ear holes. I was like, shut up, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't. I don't. It's just
like
so
he was
fucking stupid.
passionate. He was passionately pissed off about this shit that he's fucked his mind, man.
I think the ones that are that way are the ones that are most easily manipulated, and they think that they're the hardest to manipulate. They're the ones that just got brainwashed by the stupidest fucking shit possible.
Oh, dude. And they believe it to the point where it ruins their life because that's all they can think about it. I don't give nothing my time if I can, like, if, I'm very cool with not controlling situations. Like, I learned that a long time ago. You can't control everything, and it's okay to not control everything. And I don't give that shit 10 minutes of my day, man. Like, I refuse to fucking worry about something that I cannot fucking change. Jamie Foxx said it best. Whenever it comes to voting and stuff, fucking vote locally, think globally, try to treat people like they're fucking human beings, you know, and be as considerate as you can. Help somebody if their tire's fucked up on the side of the road. Roll the fuck on, man.
See, that's why you're a good person, and that's how we end the show. That
Well,
is a
hell
great,
yeah.
That is a great cliff note to end the fucking show on.
Well, thank you, my brother. I've enjoyed the fuck being on here. I hope you nothing but success. And I'm gonna hold you up to that edibles thing. And I know Mr. Ginger Billy, he likes edibles too. So we will come to Georgia in September. I'll talk to him. We'll try to make this happen.
Do you know how fucking funny
Oh,
that show would be? Me,
dude.
you, and him on edible. Well, you know what? It'd probably be funny for y'all laughing at my ass being glued to my goddamn chair.
The other day, Tommy Chong had shared that lighter video of mine, and he put stoner wisdom. And I guess somebody told him who I was. Well, I opened my Instagram, and I seen that Tommy Chong had messaged me. I was like, fucking no way. And he messaged, he's like, hey, man. He was like, sorry, didn't know your name. He was like, now I know who you are. You got some great stuff. Never stop being you. And I was like, this is the best fucking day of my life, you know?
You want to hear how things line up so good? I just remembered something. Billy is in Savannah, Georgia, September the 4th. He's doing a show. That is about an hour and 40 away from my studio.
Well, just message me and remind me the dates. I haven't done any tour dates for next year. We're about to start working on that. I'm going to be doing the comedy, be doing the music, and I will fit you in, brother.
Hey, man, you're the shit, dude. You are. Hey, you're what I wish everybody would be on social media.
Well, you as well, man. You're open-minded. You're very easy to talk to. You're a good-looking motherfucker.
God damn, it's like looking in a mirror.
I'm telling you.
Woo! Except, you know, you're funnier. I got a better beard, but it evens out. It evens out. It evens the fuck out, my guy. But I'm not eating no goddamn hot shit. I'll tell you that, though.
Dude, yesterday my buddy brought me these peppers and this hot sauce and stuff. It was like, here, my buddy give me this to give to you. And I was like, dude, it's been so fucking long. Like, I'm terrified. I did that shit when I was drunker than fuck.
I bet that if I had to guess, there's anything you wish you would have never started or doing, it's probably the hot shit, right?
Dude, I don't know how I've never got stomach ulcers and shit. Everybody, though, the number one question is, how does it feel when you go to the bathroom? You know, and thinking the number two. That ain't shit. When you piss about 3 hours later after eating that hot fucking shit, I have literally teared up before. Like, people don't understand how fucking hot that shit really is, man. And my body got to a point where I fucked my gag reflexes. I can't puke. Like, if I ate rat poison and needed to vomit, like, my body won't let me no more. They're like, fuck it. We've tried to tell him all these years to quit doing this shit. Go on, let him die. Because the last time I drank all that hot sauce together, I wound up laying on my stomach in the yard, and I run a water hose down my throat, and I was trying to wash it back out because it was hurting so bad. And my buddy was watching me, and I got the snot coming out. I fucking teared up. I'm trying to breathe, and I look at them, and they're like, dude, are you okay? And the first thing I said is, I said, I bet y'all think I can suck dick good, huh? And they're like, what the fuck? I was like, I can't even gag anymore. I've ruined my esophagus, you know?
Hey, I'll tell you, I don't feel bad for you piss burning. I'm a single man in South Georgia. My piss always burns.
Amen to that. Get you some penicillin. You'll be all right, brother.
Hey, if I go to the health clinic one more time, I get a free visit on my hole punch card.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, by God.
All right, big fella. Well, I will reach out to you in the next little bit, but thank you. And thank
Please
each
do.
and every one of y'all for listening to Politics, Religion, and Whiskey. We will
Hell
catch
yeah.
y'all next time.